A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to class 12th Economics. We are doing the chapter employment, where we have already covered the first topic, that was the employment part. We have covered different types of employment and all such questions related to employment and all such graphs. But now we are starting with the unemployment point, that what is unemployment, what are the different types of unemployment and such things. But before doing it, just have a look at this graph that is on your screen. You have been given this GDP growth rate with the blue color line. This is a line graph given to you. The blue is the GDP of the country, and from red is the employment, not unemployment. This is the employment in the country. The question came in last year exam as well, where it was asked that analyze the trend and give the interpretation based upon this line graph. What trend do you observe with the GDP and employment? If we look at the GDP of the country somewhere started increasing from 1970s, right? If you see below, from 1970s, somewhere GDP started increasing. Then after a certain point in 1990s, the GDP of the economy continuously fell down. It fell down till almost 5 years. And then again, GDP started increasing at a higher rate, right? If we talk about the employment, in the initial planning years, when the Indian planning started after the independence, we observed that the employment was increasing. It was at a sustained growth rate. It started falling down. It started increasing. It fell down till 2000s. And after 2000, it is still increasing. After 2000, jo iske aage ka, it is still increasing. Why it is so? What is the reason? Trend to we have just seen that when it is falling, when it is rising. But why it is so? What are the reasons behind that? That the employment opportunities are being decreased. The employment opportunities are actually decreased till 2000, and after that it is increasing. You know why? When India started economic reforms in the year 1990, 1991 में, 1990 के बाद 91 में, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister, he introduced a concept to India, that is economic reforms. उस टाइम पे, उस टाइम के जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे हमारे पीवी नरसिम्हा राव, उनके साथ उस टाइम के फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, दैट इज डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह, उन्होंने मिल करके एक डिसीजन लिया. एंड दैट वन डिसीजन वाज टू ओपन अप द इकोनॉमी. हम लोग पढ़ेंगे डिटेल में इंडियन इकोनॉमी के इनिशियल चैप्टर्स के अंदर. टू ओपन अप द इकोनॉमी, टू ब्रिंग सम न्यू रिफॉर्म्स इन द इकोनॉमी. व्हेन वी डिड दैट, जब हमने वो किया, हमने टेक्नोलॉजीज एक्सेप्ट करना शुरू कर दिया. बाहर से एमएनसीज आनी इंडिया में स्टार्ट हो गई. मैकेनिकल वर्क पे ज्यादा फोकस किया गया रादर देन दी लेबर इंटेंसिव टेक्निक. The capital intensive technique was basically, more emphasized. As a result, the employment opportunities declined. लेकिन 2000 के बाद, when poverty elevation programs came to India, when the poverty elevation programs were started in India, somehow again the employment opportunities increased, because government starting investing money, government started spending money on the poverty elevation to combat the poverty in the economy. As a result, again, India started having some growth in the field of employment opportunities. So this way, you have to interpret and analyze the graph. Get to know that what is the trend it is showing. Never ever you have to make the diagram. Never ever. It will always be given in your question. Whether that is bar diagram, whether that is line graph, whether that is pie chart, it will always be given to you in the question itself. But what you have to do, you have to analyze the trend. ट्रेंड क्या जा रहा है, ऊपर कब जा रहा है, नीचे कब जा रहा है, एंड उसके पीछे का रीजन क्या है या रीजन क्या हो सकता है, वो ही लिखने के आपके मार्क्स है इसके अंदर जो दिए गए हैं इस ग्राफ और ट्रेंड वाले क्वेश्चंस। ठीक है। अच्छा, एक चीज और अगर हम देखें, डू यू ऑब्जर्व आफ्टर 1990 एक मेजर चीज हमें होती हुई दिख रही है। लेट मी जस्ट मार्क दैट मेजर चीज, कि वो क्या मेजर चीज हमें 1990 के बाद होती हुई दिख रही है। क्या कोई गेस कर सकता है? क्या गेस करके देखो, अगर आपसे गेस होता है तो। 1990 के बाद एक मेजर चीज, दोनों में अगर हम कंपेयर करें एम्प्लॉयमेंट और जीडीपी को, तो हम लोगों को एक मेजर चीज होती हुई दिख रही है। हिमांशु कह रहे हैं जीडीपी इंक्रीज। बेटे जीडीपी तो इंक्रीज हो रहा है, लेकिन दोनों का अगर हम कंपेयर करें, यस कुछ बच्चे लिखने वाले एकदम फटाफट, उनके कैमरास जो हैं गए टाइपिंग के उस पे। Very good, Ajay. Ajay got the right answer and also he is first in giving the answer as well. Ajay ने पहचान लिया क्या हो रहा है। अंकिता ने भी पहचान लिया। अंकिता ने करेक्ट वर्ड नहीं दिया उसके लिए, बट yes she got that point. अंबिका also got that point. अक्षित very good. विद्यांशी कह रही fall in both. विद्यांशी, can't you see the GDP is rising? बेटे हमारी नजरों में तो जो ऊपर जाता है that is GDP and that is increasing. How it is falling? It is not falling at all. See, just have a look at this point. ये देखो, जितना मैंने मार्क किया उतना देखिए आप। What do you observe here? The GDP is rising. See this. GDP is rising and employment is falling. Beta, this is called, please write down, this is called jobless growth. This is called jobless growth. Mark this word. Very, very important. It can come to explain for 3 marks even in exam. That what is jobless growth? Jobless growth refers to that point of time or that situation basically where we observe that our India or that our economy is growing, GDP is growing, there is a growth in the economy, but at the same point of time when we are not able to create the employment opportunities for people, unemployment still prevails in the economy, but at the same time GDP is rising. इंडिया में यही तो हो रहा है इतने सालों से। We are observing this situation since 25 to 30 years in India, that our unemployment is still there in the economy. Still we have lack of employment opportunities in the country, but at the same time we have more GDP in the economy as compared to the previous years. We have rising GDP in the economy, but with the rising GDP, employment opportunities are still not created. This is called jobless growth. You know, this jobless growth is the root cause that casualization of workforce is increasing. Because of the jobless growth, people are not getting the full-time jobs, permanent jobs. Casualization of workforce is on rise. Informalization of Indian workforce is on rise because of this jobless growth. That GDP is rising, that means development is there in the country, but we are not able to develop the human capital. We are not able to develop the employment opportunities so that the human being or the people who have don't have jobs and all things, they can do the work. This is called jobless growth. I hope this is clear to everyone. ये एक topic रह गया था हमारा which we had to do. Now coming to the next point, let's move on. This we have already covered: workers, workforce, casualization of workforce. That all we have covered. Formal sector also we have covered. That what are the features of formal sector. I think now everyone remember that what are the features of formal sector. Working in organized or formal sector. More than 10 employees. Job security, social security, following up of labor laws, regular income, right? All these features are prevailing in the formal sector employees, formal sector workers, or organized sector. But we have some unorganized or informal sectors also, where there is no labor law which is followed, no regular income is given, no social or job protection is there. They do not make the accounts. Less than 10 people are working there, and they do not provide any such compensation. They do not use the updated technology also. They work with the previous technology. The workers lives in the slum areas. So that also we have already covered. Now moving further. Unemployment. This is the second and the last part of the chapter. So after this, we'll be completing this chapter now. Unemployment. Again, unemployment is a such situation. Unemployment is such situation where we simply say that people are willing to work. Willing मतलब वो काम करना चाह रहे हैं. People are willing to work, but they are not getting the job in the economy. यानी कि when we simply say that when people are able and willing to work, बेटे दोनों में बहुत फर्क है. देखो ध्यान से सुनना. एबिलिटी में और विलिंगनेस में बहुत फर्क है. मे बी आई एम विलिंग टू वर्क, आई वॉन्ट टू वर्क, मेरी विश है काम करने की, आई एम विलिंग टू वर्क, बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू वर्क. क्यों? काम करने की इच्छा तो है, बट आई डोंट हैव दैट डिग्री. दैट मींस आई एम नॉट एबल टू वर्क. बिजनेस खोलने की इच्छा तो है, बट आई डोंट हैव दैट कैपिटल. दैट मींस आई एम विलिंग बट आई एम नॉट एबल. सो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वो सिचुएशन है व्हेन वन पर्सन इज विलिंग टू वर्क एंड ऑल्सो एबल टू वर्क. काम करना चाहता है, काम कर भी सकता है, लेकिन उसको काम मिल नहीं रहा. बट ही इज नॉट गेटिंग द जॉब, ही इज नॉट गेटिंग द वर्क. दैट इज नोन एज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इन द कंट्री. हमारी कंट्री में उसी को हम बोलते हैं अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. सो वेयर एवरी एबल बॉडीड पर्सन आर विलिंग टू वर्क बट दे आर नॉट गेटिंग द जॉब, that situation is known as unemployment. All right, now what NSSO has to tell about the unemployment? Very important point. Do you remember NSSO? We have studied in class 11 statistics in chapter 1, where I told you that NSSO is an organization which basically collects the data for the unemployed people. It collects the data in the nation about what is the labor force, what are the workforce, what are the number of unemployed people in the country. So do you remember the full form of NSSO? Please let me know, write in the chat box. What is the full form of NSSO? जल्दी जल्दी फटाफट बताइए, फटाफट. Write in the chat box please. NSSO, National Sample Survey Office. National Sample Survey Office. And that is the organization which collects the data of the unemployed people. Now let us see that how it defines the unemployment. Obviously ये इतनी बड़ी organization है जो unemployment पे data collect करती है, तो इसकी definition तो हमें पढ़नी चाहिए. इसको तो ज्यादा knowledge होगी unemployment की. देखिए क्या लिखती है NSSO. Unemployment is a situation in which all those who, owing to lack of work, are not working but either seek work through employment exchange, intermediaries, friends or relatives, by making application to prospective employers, or express their willingness or availability for work under the prevailing condition to work and remuneration. ये कहा NSSO ने. तो NSSO ने अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट को एक पॉजिटिव डेफिनेशन दी. देख रहे हो आप, यूजुअली हम अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट पे एक नेगेटिव डेफिनेशन रखते हैं, जो हमने अभी लास्ट डेफिनेशन पढ़ी. दैट वाज अ नेगेटिव डेफिनेशन ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, दैट पीपल हु आर विलिंग टू वर्क, दोज हु आर एबल टू वर्क, आर नॉट गेटिंग द जॉब. ये एक गवर्नमेंट के लिए नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट है, नेगेटिव डेफिनेशन है अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की. लेकिन क्योंकि एनएसएसओ गवर्नमेंट की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, तो ऑब्वियसली उसने एक पॉजिटिव डेफिनेशन दिया. तो उसने कहा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वो सिचुएशन है जिस सिचुएशन में जो लोग जो काम करना जानते हैं, चाह रहे हैं, अगर उन्हें काम नहीं मिल रहा तो वो एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज के थ्रू, किसी भी इंटरमीडियरी के थ्रू, किसी फ्रेंड या रिलेटिव के थ्रू, या खुद से प्रोस्पेक्टिव एम्प्लॉयर्स के पास एप्लीकेशन डालकर ये चेक करके कि हाँ उनके पास काम है, काम कर सकते हैं, पैसा कमा सकते हैं। देखा आपने, क्योंकि एनएसएसओ गवर्नमेंट की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। अब गवर्नमेंट खुद ही सीधा अगर बोलेगी कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वो सिचुएशन है जहां पे लोग तो काम करना चाहते हैं, एबल भी हैं, लेकिन उन्हें काम नहीं मिल रहा, तो क्वेश्चन मार्क किस पे अराइज होगा? क्वेश्चन मार्क आ जाएगा गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर कि उस देश की गवर्नमेंट इतनी भी एबल नहीं है कि अपने लोगों को काम दे सके। अग्रीड माय पॉइंट? अग्री हो मेरे पॉइंट से? इसलिए एनएसएसओ चालाक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन निकली, गवर्नमेंट की है ना, उसने घुमा दिया अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की डेफिनेशन को, उसने अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की डेफिनेशन को एक पॉजिटिव नोट दे दिया। इट सेड that if people, those who are not getting the job but they are willing and able, they can do one thing: they can get the employment opportunities done through the employment contracts, through some intermediaries, through some friends or relatives. Even they can go directly to the prospective employers, they can make an application. If they can get the work, they will get the work and they will earn the remuneration. That is given by the NSSO, National Sample Survey Office, a positive definition given by NSSO. I hope it's clear to everyone. Please let me know in the chat box if it is clear to everyone till now, or you can thumbs up. Fine. Now, let us see the further points. What an economist have to say on the unemployment. Unemployed person as on who is not able to get employment of even 1 hour in half a day. Normally, it defined as an unemployed people a situation who is not getting the job or even who is not getting 1 hour work in a day would be termed as an unemployed. So that is a common and general definition which we generally give to the unemployment situation, that when people want to work but they are not getting the job. Now, how do we get the source of data of unemployed people? कहां से पता चलता है हम लोगों को अनएम्प्लॉयड पीपल के बारे में कि हमारी कंट्री में कितने लोग अनएम्प्लॉयड हैं? बेटे, we get to know from the reports of Census of India. Census, that is जनगणना. Last year, can anybody tell me when was the last census happened in India? In which year last census happened in India? Very good, Akshit, Harshita, Ajay, Garv, Ansh, Siddhi, Dhruv. 2011. 2011 was the year when the last census happened in India. And you all know, we have already studied in class 11th. मैंने आपको पढ़ाया that census is there for every 10 years. हर 10 साल बाद census होता है, यानी कि 2021 the census is due. The year which is now running, the census is due. बेटे, अगर situation बिल्कुल ठीक होती तो census definitely May and June में confirmed होता. Because in 2011 also census happened in the month of May and June, and it was done by the government school teachers. When government school teachers were basically, they were given duties area wise, they had to move to each home and they have to collect the data on the basis of it. But now it is not possible during the pandemic that to go to home to each and every person. That is a more risk which is associated during the pandemic. That is why it is just, they have just postponed. Maybe they would be doing in the month of November or December, or maybe after some time, or some other way, maybe digitally they would be doing. So how do we get to know about the unemployment source of data, that how many people are unemployed in the India? Obviously we get to know from the reports of Census of India, because census में जब आते हैं तो many questions they people ask. आपके घर में कितने लोग हैं, एज क्या है उनकी, क्या काम करते हैं, तो वहीं से पता चल जाता है. जब एक पर्सन कहता है कि भाई आई एम जस्ट सर्चिंग द जॉब, दैट मींस ही इज नॉट हैविंग द जॉब. दैट मींस उसके पास डिग्रीज हैं. जब उसमें लिखा जाता है आप कितने पढ़े लिखे हैं, पूछा जाता है सब कुछ, तो अनएम्प्लॉयड के बारे में पता चलता है ना, हाउ मेनी पीपल आर अनएम्प्लॉयड, वी गेट टू नो अबाउट दैट. Then again, secondly, we come to know from the reports of NSSO also. As I told you, National Sample Survey Office, NSSO. NSSO की रिपोर्ट से भी हमें पता चलता है कि कितने लोग कितने अनएम्प्लॉयड बैठे हुए हैं, वो एनएसएसओ की रिपोर्ट से हम लोगों को पता चलता है, क्योंकि एनएसएसओ भी उसका काम ही क्या है, कलेक्ट करना डाटा और पब्लिश करना. एंड ऑल्सो वी गेट टू नो अबाउट द unemployed people from the Directorate General of Employment and Training data of registration with employment exchanges. You know, there are many people who register themselves with the employment exchange. You must have seen that at Jhilmil Colony also there is a government this employment exchange where various employers, various people go to the exchanges and register themselves for getting the good opportunity of job. वहां से भी पता चलता है that people are unemployed, उनको कब तक जॉब नहीं मिली, कितने टाइम तक जॉब नहीं मिली. So accordingly government come to know about the unemployed data. Now what are the different types of unemployment? The first is disguised unemployment. I hope this is clear to everyone already that what is disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment is simply a situation where more people are working than required. If requirement is of only 5 people, but it is found that more than 5 people are working. So जो more than 5 जो extra लोग काम कर रहे हैं, do you think that they are participating in the GDP? Not at all. अगर वो नहीं भी होंगे ना तो उनसे GDP में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, क्योंकि they are not actually participating. They have been seen as employed, but they are disguisedly unemployed because there was no need for them, but they people are working. कहाँ पे होता है सबसे ज्यादा disguised unemployment? बेटे रूरल एरियाज में, especially in the primary sector, in the agriculture sector, the disguised unemployment is there. There is only requirement of 3 to 4 people to work on a field, but the whole family of 15 people is engaged on the single field, on the single land. So all those people are disguisedly unemployed because it is being seen that the people are working, but actually they are not working. If they would not be working at that field, definitely there would not be any such problem. So they people are disguisedly unemployed, right? Okay, sir. Sir, what is the next one? The next one is seasonal unemployment. You know that seasonal unemployment already. Seasonal unemployment, that in one season people are getting the job, in another season they are not doing any job, they are still not doing such job. That is called seasonal unemployment. People are seasonally unemployed. ये भी कहाँ होता है? In the primary sector, in the agriculture, because agriculture is a seasonal occupation. So in the season, when it is the season of agriculture, they people are busy in work, but in another season they are free, they are idle, so they remain unemployed. And with the working of almost 6 to 8 months, they have to live the whole 12 months. 4-6 महीने की कमाई से या 6-8 महीने की कमाई से उनको 12 महीने खाना होता है. That is called seasonal unemployment. That in one season they have the job, in another season they are not doing any job, they are idle. Okay, sir. What is the next, sir? Voluntary unemployment. Do you know the meaning of voluntary? Voluntary क्या होता है? अपनी मर्जी से. Voluntary means अपनी मर्जी से, and voluntary unemployment means when government is offering you the job, or when employer is offering you the job, but you are not ready to work at that wage rate. आप उस wage rate पे काम नहीं करना चाहते, उस position पे काम नहीं करना चाहते. That is voluntary unemployment. अपनी मर्जी से आप unemployed हो, because economy is offering you the job, but you don't want to do the job at that wage rate. बहुत बार आपने सुना होगा ऐसा होता है कि आपका कोई कजन या आपका कोई फ्रेंड जो भी बड़े हैं, जो काम कर रहे हैं इस टाइम पे, जिनकी एज है, वो कहते हैं अरे मुझे काम मिल रहा था, मुझे जॉब मिल रही थी, लेकिन सैलरी कम दे रहे थे, इसलिए मैंने काम नहीं किया. टाइम वर्किंग आवर्स बहुत ज्यादा था, इसलिए मैंने काम नहीं किया. अरे दूर बहुत पड़ रहा था, इसलिए मैंने काम नहीं किया. दैट इज ऑल वॉलंटरी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. काम मिल रहा है आपको, लेकिन आप कर नहीं रहे हो, क्योंकि आपकी मर्जी नहीं है वहां काम करने की. वॉलंटरली अपनी मर्जी से आप नहीं काम करना चाह रहे. अब आप मुझे बताओ, जब आप कंट्री की अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट गिनोगे तो क्या आप उन लोगों को भी काउंट करोगे, दोज हु आर वॉलंटरी अनएम्प्लॉयड? एज अ गवर्नमेंट, when you are going to count the number of unemployed people, that how many unemployed people are there in the country, will you count those people also who are voluntary unemployed, जिनको गवर्नमेंट काम दे रही थी, वो काम कर नहीं रहे थे, लेकिन they didn't want to do? Will you count those people too? We are not going to count them. क्यों? Because we were offering you the job, you did not do. अमेरिका में आपने सुना होगा, द गवर्नमेंट, अमेरिका गवर्नमेंट गिव्स द अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस देती है ना अमेरिका गवर्नमेंट। अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस आपने जरूर सुना होगा कभी ना कभी, नहीं सुना तो अब सुन लिया, मैंने बता दिया आपको। अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस देती है अपने अनएम्प्लॉयड पीपल को। तो फिर ऐसे तो सारे अमेरिकन निठल्ले घर बैठे रहेंगे, काम देगी गवर्नमेंट, करेंगे नहीं, अरे पैसा तो आ ही रहा है, क्या दिक्कत है। अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट खर्चा पानी चल रहा है हमारा, हमें महीने का अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस आता रहेगा, हम अपना घर चलाते रहेंगे, हमें क्या दिक्कत है काम करने की। इसीलिए बेटे इन लोगों को काउंट नहीं किया जाता। अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ उन्हीं को अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस देती है जहां पे वेयर अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट इज फेलिंग टू प्रोवाइड द जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी, कि अमेरिका किसी को जॉब नहीं दे पा रहा किसी बंदे को, तो वो उसको तब तक अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस देगा जब तक काम नहीं दे पा रहा। जब वो काम दे रहा है, आप अपनी मर्जी से नहीं कर रहे, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अलाउंस भी बंद। यही चीज इंडिया में भी फॉलो होती है। इन इंडिया ऑल्सो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू काउंट दोज पीपल हु आर नॉट, you know, when we are providing the job but you are not doing the job, we are not at fault, you are at fault, which means now the unemployment will not include you, because we were giving you the job, you did not do the job, it's your fault, not the government's fault or not the economy's fault. That is called voluntary unemployment. ठीक है बेटे, नेक्स्ट देखो, स्ट्रक्चरल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। यू नो इकोनॉमी के अंदर स्ट्रक्चर चेंज होता है, लाइक समटाइम इट इज रिसेशन पीरियड, इट इज डिप्रेशन पीरियड, या इन्फ्लेशन और डिफ्लेशन जिससे हम बोलते हैं, इन्फ्लेशन पीरियड, डिफ्लेशन पीरियड, and due to that, due to the structural changes in the economy also, the unemployment rises. That type of unemployment is known as structural unemployment. Due to the pandemic, we all know that due to the pandemic in India, definitely there is depression period going on. People don't have money with themselves, they don't have money, deflationary period started. When they don't have money, they are not spending money into the market. डिफ्लेशन पीरियड आया, बहुत सारे लोगों की जॉब चली गई, दैट इज नोन एज स्ट्रक्चरल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। ड्यू टू एनी इकोनॉमिकल चेंजेस व्हेन द अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट राइजेस, दैट इज नोन एज स्ट्रक्चरल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। उसको बेटे हम बोलते हैं स्ट्रक्चरल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। ठीक, फ्रिक्शनल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बेटे एक होता है फ्रिक्शनल अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट। आप देखो, वन पर्सन इज डूइंग द जॉब, एक बंदा जो है काम कर रहा है, ठीक, लेकिन उस बंदे ने वहां जॉब छोड़ी because he want to get himself involved into some another job. So when he wants to get himself into another job, for the time period he was unemployed for some time in searching of the job, frictional unemployment, which means when you want to search the job and when you are unemployed for some portion while you are shifting the job from one job to another, for that particular time period you are unemployed, which is known as frictional unemployment. All right, now unemployment in India, just have a look at the data. Unemployment in India, कितनी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट आप चेक कर सकते हो। 2000 तक हमारे पास 0.80 करोड़ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट था, लेकिन आज 21 इयर्स बाद तो बहुत ही हो चुका है, बिकॉज द पॉपुलेशन हैज so increased, right? Yatin, frictional means I told you when you want to shift the job. Suppose I was doing job somewhere else, but now I want to shift the job. So till the time period I am searching for the new job and I am unemployed. मैंने पुरानी जॉब छोड़ दी, नई जॉब के लिए जब मैं ढूंढ रहा हूं तो जितना टाइम के लिए मैं unemployed हूं, that is frictional. Now employment generation programs, there are various employment generation programs which are common as poverty alleviation programs. MG Narega, food for work program, national rural employment guarantee scheme, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, so that people can go to the urban areas for in search of the employment, Swan Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana, Swan Jayanti Gram or Shahri Rozgar Yojana, that is all same as poverty alleviation. जो मैंने आपको उसमें पढ़ाए हैं सेम इसमें है, क्योंकि दोनों का रूट के कॉज इज सेम। पॉवर्टी है तो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है तो पॉवर्टी है, दोनों मिक्स हैं, एक साथ में है। तो दोनों के जो सही करने के तरीके हैं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन प्रोग्राम्स है, जनरेशन प्रोग्राम्स, दैट इज सेम, ठीक, विच इज सेम एज दैट, सेम। नाउ व्हाट इज द कंक्लूजन? The structure of workforce changed in India, the structure of workforce changed. Now, can anybody please tell me now what is the structure of workforce in India these days? What structure of Indian workforce is there now in India? Casualization of workforce. Very good. Now we are prevailing with casualization of workforce. Permanent jobs तो almost बंदी हो गई हैं. Casual. Even government is also contracting. गवर्नमेंट भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे दे रही है जॉब, परमानेंट दे ही नहीं रही है, बहुत कम और बहुत रेयर पोस्ट पे मिल रही है. सो कैजुअलाइजेशन वर्कफोर्स हो गया इंडिया का. आउटसोर्सिंग सर्विस इंक्रीज्ड. बेटे इंडिया में भी आउटसोर्सिंग इंक्रीज हो गया है. We are also providing the outsourcing in the services, and we are also getting the outsourcing services. Government provide more policy and programs to generate employment opportunities. Government ज्यादा policy और programs देती है employment opportunities के, which means government is creating various elevation programs, poverty elevation programs, and employment generation programs. That's all. So that is all with the chapter employment and unemployment from my side.